Next up.
That's it?
Yep. Go ahead.
Sweet.
Connor Bazelak. We'll
How we
get
doing?
questions in hands raised in the queue. I'm calling you. Go ahead, guys. Jack Sobel, Man-Eaters. First up, take it away.
Connor, after you watched the tape from Tennessee, how would you evaluate your performance on Saturday?
I thought I managed the game well. Found the way to move the ball down the field, get some points, but there was a lot of missed opportunities that I should have had, and opportunities to put touchdowns on the board. So, got to have those.
Andy Kimball, Missouri. Go ahead, Andy.
Hi, Connor. So I got Coach announced you're going to be the starter this weekend today. I guess when did he tell you that was going to be the case? And kind of like what, or was that something you were expecting?
I didn't. He told us on Sunday, but I don't know. I guess I was kind of expecting, but I was just trusting his decision, and if he was to go with Sean still, I was going to support that and whatever was best for the team.
Mitch 40, Par Mizzou.
Hey, Connor, one of the things you've done pretty well so far in these first couple games is getting the ball downfield to receivers. I'm curious. I mean, how much does having the ability to stretch the field vertically just help an offense?
A lot. I mean, when you can throw the ball down the field, it just opens up everything else. It opens up the run game. It opens up screens and short passes. So being able to throw the ball down the field is a big part of being able to move the ball and having a successful offense, I think.
Peter Ball, The Athletic. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, Connor, what I guess does it just mean to you to be at this spot where you're starting another SEC game, considering all that you've kind of gone through with an injury and a coaching change over this past year?
Yeah, I've worked hard, obviously, with the ACL. I put in a lot of time and effort into my rehab to be able to get back for fall camp for the summer. A lot of time during when everyone was at home in quarantine, I was doing rehab in the training room. So I'm just happy that I was able to do that, and now I'm here and I'm just going game by game.
Dave Matter, St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Hey, Connor, I know when you were a recruit and obviously you took that trip to NC State, what was the familiarity with Coach Drinkton when he got the job here? How familiar were you with his system, and did that relationship did that help at all in the process?
Yeah, I think it definitely helped. I visited NC State once when he was there, and then he also came down to my high school one time. So obviously, when we first saw each other when he got here, we knew who each other were, and I thought that was good that we were familiar with each other. I was familiar with his offense just from me being a football guy, just watching football, and as a high schooler watching college football. And watching Ryan Finley, who's a good quarterback. So yeah.
Eric Blum, Tribune. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Connor, was there a moment during your rehab where you thought, okay, I'm back to 100% now, where you felt like before the injury, and then did the possibility of maybe even, okay, now I can be the starter going forward this year enter your mind?
I had that mindset even the day after I tore my ACL. I hurt my knee. I still had the mindset of I'm working. I'm going to work to be the starter. That was my mindset. But then through the rehab process, I'd say the first time I felt 100% was somewhere in the middle of June when we were doing our summer workouts. Beginning of June, I was doing everything, but it was just kind of getting the strength back, getting the confidence back, cutting on it and everything, and yeah.
Soichi Terada, Kansas City Star.
Hey, Connor, I guess, how do you kind of boil down your strengths? It seems like you push the ball downfield against Tennessee, and it definitely seems like you're pretty comfortable doing so, taking your shots and everything. Yeah,
I think obviously my strength is my arm, but I think another strength is just being able to manage the down and distance, manage the game, the situation, staying calm for the offense. I think that's important.
Max Baker, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Connor, I guess I know a lot of people like to talk about the offense that you ran in high school, but what sort of things has that helped? How has that helped you translate into Drinkwitz's new offense that he's installed?
I think it's obviously helped with, we've got some triple option stuff, which I'm familiar with. So when we installed that stuff, I was familiar with it. It was easy to pick up. And then when we have our under center stuff, I spent probably 80%, 85% of my high school snaps under center. So I'm familiar under the center. So yeah.
Jack Silva from the Man-Eater.
Connor, there were a couple of quarterback center exchange issues on Saturday, even though one of them actually resulted in a big play. Is that something you're putting an emphasis on kind of taking care of this week?
Yeah, so we saw on film that one of their defenders was actually clapping. So we clap, and one of their defenders, I guess, that's what Mike was hearing. So he was snapping it before I was ready for the ball. So I don't know if that's what he was hearing, but we did see on film that one of their defenders was clapping.
Okay, we got 3 more in the queue. We'll end with these 3. Peter Ball, Athletic, Peter Ball, go ahead.
Yeah, Connor, what did, I guess, coming from a family with so many athletes, how did that impact you growing up?
Yeah, I think it was just always competing, no matter what it was, whether it was like board games or sports, just out in the backyard. I was always able to compete. Even though I didn't have any brothers, I was still always compete with my sisters, my cousins. My dad is super competitive, so my parents put us in a position where we were always trying to win, no matter what it was. And I think that's helped me grow a lot throughout high school and now into college.
Colin O'Brien.
Hey, Connor, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right, thanks. In the end of fall camp, it didn't sound like Coach Drinkwitz was very confident with how the offensive line was shaping up on the left-hand side just because of injuries and other things. But you've had 4 starters consistently, and then Zeke and Bobby played all the snaps of the games they started. Just what does having consistency at the offensive line do for you guys, what you're trying to do on offense?
I think it's important. I think our offensive line has done a great job protecting me and Sean. Good job with the run game. But I think just having a consistent group in there is important, just because they get a feel for each other. I get a feel for them. I know what they're going to do. And, yeah.
Bennett Drainer, do you have a question? I don't see your hand up anymore, but I think we'll finish up with you.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on one thing. When that happens, when an opponent's sort of trying to screw with you with the clapping and stuff, what's the solution to that? Does it change it from clapping to something else, or do you go about solving that a different way?
Well, I think it's supposed to be a penalty. So I actually told the ref.
Yeah.
Because I thought something was up in the game, because that has never happened. So I actually told the ref during the game. I said, "Can you watch for one of the defenders clapping, because my center is snapping the ball when I'm not clapping." So he must not have seen it, but it's supposed to be a penalty, I think.
Okay, I'll do it for Connor. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.